Okay, so you speak powerful words, you speak manifestation. You also created a book entitled Woke. Why did you feel it necessary to put something such as woke, which can sometimes be considered controversial to some people? Why did you decide to put something like that out on the market?
Woke is definitely controversial, and because there are so many interpretations of what woke is, right? They've turned woke into a joke, if you ask me. But what woke to me really means is lifting the veil on what's going on, speaking truth. You know, when I say truth, I'm not just talking about my truth or your truth.
Right.
Because if you ask questions you think about, there's three sides to every story. People say your side, my side, and the truth. I say it's your truth, my truth, and the facts.
Right.
You know, you have your truth based upon your exposure, what you see and what you experience. I have mine based upon mine. But the fact is here. So if you're looking at a 6 and I'm looking at a 9, we're going to argue all day about that's a 6, Stevie. I'm like, no, T, that's a 9. Right? And it's not until we get outside of our own perspective and come see, oh, damn, I see why you said that was a 6, even though I'm standing on my own truth. But the fact is that it's a number. That's the facts.
Right.
So a lot of the times we don't deal with facts. We're dealing with feelings. We're dealing with emotions. We're dealing with ego. And so for me, every day I'm doing self-inventory to be able to move my ego and my emotions out of the way to address certain things that I need to address to be the best version of me that I can be. So if I'm what I want to be the best version of that, then I can expect that out of the world, right? Or I can project that and plant those seeds in the world.
Right.
But I think a lot of that starts with what we consume, not just in the words that we speak, but the food that we eat, the music we listen to, the environments that we're around. Like all of that is a collective effort and energy to either keep you in bondage or to liberate you.
Right.
And so that's why I'm very, very intentional about that. And so Woke was my second book. My first book was Greater Than the Game. And I wrote that when I got out of the league and I was recognizing that I was greater than just playing football. I was greater than just being like I call it, as y'all know, NFL nigga police. I was greater than just being a nigga police.
Right.
And when I say that, I always tell people, I'm not talking about racism. I'm talking about ignorance. You know, because we're not fighting a war on black and white. This thing about darkness versus light, wrong versus right. But not only that, and I gotta say this also. I played pro football for 10 years on 11 teams. It's only 2,300 pro football players in the world between the NFL and CFL that get paid to play pro football. There's more billionaires in the world than NFL players. So to be able to play for 10 years, I don't care what I achieved on a professional level. That in and of itself is great. However, I never wanted to, or never will I be defined by pro football. I won't be defined by being an actor. I won't be defined by being just an author. I won't be defined by just being a father.
Yes.
I'm talking about being a holistic man.
Right.
That's using the divine masculine energy that the Creator gave me to bring light to people and to help people change the way they think. Because if it wasn't for people like doing those types of things for me, I wouldn't be who I am today. Somebody seen the light in me that I didn't see in myself at one point, and that sparked something in me to help me, keep going forward, right? And so everybody don't have that. And I recognize that writing books like Greater Than the Game and Woke, when you author something, you give it authority to come to pass. So that's why I tell people, write down your goals. That's why I tell people, have a vision. Because there's so many people walking around with perfect eyesight on what they want, but they have no vision on how to go get it. And so for me, I'm just so passionate about this movement because we melanated people in America, we kill each other more than anybody. We steal from each other more than anybody. We hate on each other more than anybody. We love drama more than anybody. So why can't we reverse that?
Right.
There's people out here that want us to keep killing and stealing and destroying one another. But then when you have somebody like me who's trying to uplift and spread a light and tell us that we're opulent, tell us that we're royal, people come against that. Right? Because that positive pub don't sell. Only the bullshit sells.
Right.
And that's unfortunate.
Right.
But that's the reality we live in. So let's try to change that trajectory.
Yes.
And let's try to reverse that.
Yes.
And if we do that, then we can find out that we can live harmonious with one another. That we can rebuild our tribe.
Yeah.
Because melanated people in America, we are a nation within a corporation looking for our nationality. We're a nation within a corporation called the United States. Because the United States, y'all, ain't no nation.
Right.
It's a corporation.
Right.
In a nation, you have a king and a queen and an emperor. In a corporation, you have a president and a vice president.
Yes.
And so when you start looking at what's going on, all you have to do is ask questions and lift the veil and start looking at the words that they give us. That's why woke is important. That's why Greater in the Game was important to me. To author those things to come to pass, just to help maybe spark somebody. Because many are called, few are chosen.
Yes.
I recognize that everybody's not going to get this. Everybody's not going to resonate with
Right.
consciousness.
Right.
Everybody don't want to be on that. Some people want to stay comfortable.
Right.
Right? And that's cool. And if you're looking for a lazy person, they looking for comfort. If you're looking for a significant person, they looking for change.
Yes.
And they know change is sometimes uncomfortable.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's just what life is about.
But you know one thing that I admire that you're doing, you're instilling wokeness into the young kids. So tell everybody about Cedar Foundation.
Great question. Cedar Foundation is 20 years young. My mom and I started at my rookie year in the league. Here I am, 41 years old. I've been giving back more than half of my life, you know, to the struggle, to my people. Even before we started Cedar, when I was at Bethune-Cookman as a 3-time All-American, I would go to the elementary, middle schools, and high schools to speak to those young children because I knew that they seen me on Saturday at the game, and they're like, oh, that's Stevie Bags, you know. And I didn't recognize even at that young age for me because I was still a neophyte too, in many regards. But I didn't recognize the impact that I was making on them, but it was also making one on me. And the most rewarding thing you can do in your life is give back. And I don't think people recognize that.
Right.
In a world where everything is about how much I can get, when you really think about the most rewarding thing you can do is give.
Yes.
You know, because if you plant a seed and that seed manifests, you know, what's that harvest look like?
Right.
So the most beautiful thing I can do is give back to young people, especially melanated people, so that they can know their value. And if you find out your value, you'll find out your worth, man. You know, and we don't know our worth because when you look at an education system that tells you that you grew up a slave, well, if I only know about Harriet Tubman and Frederick Douglass, and I don't know about Mansa Musa, and I don't know about Allah Selassie, I don't know about Marcus Garvey, I don't know about people who look like me that had a level of intellect, that would never be my reality.
Right.
My reality would be I'm a slave.
Right. Right.
Well, we gotta start questioning those things. You know, we gotta start questioning his story. History means his story. My story has been a mystery. And so I'm just, like I said, I'm just very passionate about this movement and about using my platform, you know, as an actor, author, speaker, former NFL player, CFL player, to be able to give my perspective on something and maybe it resonates with somebody.
Absolutely.
But yeah.